Howdy, everyone. My name's Nicholas, and welcome to the Headliner PodPod. We're a show about podcasts featuring podcasts by podcasters that's hosted by people who help podcasters with their podcasting. On each episode, a few of us folks over at Headliner sit down to play a game that centers around listening to randomly selected clips from over 500 show submissions. Why? In order to find what we're calling Pod Zero. Here are the rules. Each lucky contestant will hear a 60-second podcast clip. They'll then need to pick out the correct podcast title from a lineup of 3 choices before being shown the artwork for that show. Before we get this show on the road, though, let's say hi to each of our contestants for today. Starting with Jesse.
Woohoo, everyone.
Next up, we have Max.
Hello. Some of my intro. All right.
That's fine. You're rusty. You weren't here last week.
Need to practice more for next week.
Yeah. You need to do like you're in a parade and you're just doing the single wave sort of intro. Yeah.
Just gonna wave from now on. No more talking.
Perfect. Just do it like fast enough that there's a sound your mic picks up. We have Pratik.
Hey, everyone.
And Oliver.
Ahoy, Nicholas.
Thank you, Oliver. That was so piratey. I'm here for it. I felt like walking the plank. We also have Alyssa as our producer, and as always, with our teensy weensy ad read for the week.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Okay. So, got Pro? Well, so does Eddie. All Headliner Pro accounts can now upload files into Eddie that are up to 2 gigabytes and 4 hours long. Manually upload those files or use our handy dandy Zoom or Google Drive integration to get started. Free and basic accounts still have access to Eddie at no cost, though. You'll just hit some upload limits of 250 megabytes and 2-hour time maximums instead. To upgrade and upload larger files, log into your account at eddy.headliner.app and click the gradient Upgrade Now button.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for that, Alyssa. And I'm personally super jazzed for today because I decided to do something dastardly by having us start with Jesse, who can't manipulate the numbers in his favor suddenly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, how about that? I don't know why it took me like 20 episodes to come up with this. It's a testament to why I'm not on the design team. At any rate, please cover your eyes so that we can begin the wonderful game.
Let's get it.
Take that, math.
Yeah, take that, statistics.
Oh, wait, wrong screen. Okay.
And they're like, well, I do videos, I do photos, and I'm constantly making 5, 6, 7-minute movies. We go on a vacation to Florida. On the way home, on the plane, from my iPhone, I make it a 7-minute reflection video with music and graphics, and it's 10-second clips with photos, and it's incredible. I go, what happens to those? And she's like, sits on my computer forever, no one ever sees it. They love Projector. A lot of people now, because of Projector, are saying, well, Robert, I'm an Apple Photos or Google Photos. I know I can highlight from an album things and export a movie and allow to make music. Can I then take that exported file, upload it to Projector and make it a movie? Yes, so people are doing that. Okay. So for some people, this may never be a good solution because they're just so unorganized and they don't really have the ability to do that. But or they don't care. Oh, they don't care. There's definitely that bucket too. But there are people who do that.
Okay, there's our clip. Jesse, do you have your pen and paper nice and empty for us today?
Indeed, I do.
Great. You can just write down how wrong you're about to be after I read these to you. I'm feeling feisty today. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. Okay, here are your 3 choices for today. Reimaging and reimagining. Number 2, film and more. And number 3, Dead Pixel Society.
All right. So we know some things. We know that the correct answer is one of these 3. This is a fact.
Yeah, and it could be a painful one.
I think you would hide it last. And so we're going with number 3. Dead Pixel Society.
Pixel Society. Okay. I don't like playing this game with you, Jesse, because you
Really?
seem to you always like seem to get it right. I just, yes, it was Dead Pixel Society. I was hoping the like Dead Poet Society-ness of the title would like dissuade you a little bit, but no, it is Dead Pixel Society, and they're an online pub, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I've actually read them before. So there you have
Indeed,
it.
I am familiar with the podcast. So whenever you said Dead Pixel Society, I knew
Oh,
that was indeed a podcast
are you
that I
kidding
was
me?
familiar with. So
I
I
was
went
going to
ahead.
say, if you don't get this right, regardless of math or no math, like I was going to be a little annoyed, but I'm annoyed
Okay,
either way because you got it.
great.
You knew the podcast.
Shout out Dead Pixel Society.
Yeah, shout out to them. This is from their episode, Crafting Digital Legacies. Projector turns family films into modern streaming experiences, which is a very true statement. Our show description is news, information, and interviews about the photo and imaging business. This is a weekly audio podcast hosted by Gary Pagow, editor of the Dead Pixel Society news site and community. For more information and to sign up for the free weekly newsletter, visit www.thedeadpixelsociety.com. This is a podcast designed for a business-to-business audience of entrepreneurs and companies in the photo, imaging, retail, online, wholesale, mobile, and camera hardware accessory industries. Felt like I was doing the pokey rap for a second there at the end. So yeah, very cool stuff. And I'm a camera nerd. It's all blurred out, but I literally have like half a dozen cameras ranging from like stuff from the 1940s up to now on my wall. So this is really neat, and I'm going to have to stick around for this. Definitely cool stuff. Also, I appreciate the Dead Poet Society-ishness of the name. Go figure. Jumping forward to our next contestant, we have Max.
Just waving.
So you're just wait. Okay, perfect.
Jake's thoughts, not clear how much he had helped me already, and decided walking off the mound after the game I wanted more. There was no way in hell she was going anywhere. I needed to do whatever it took to make sure she stayed in my life. I know it was a foul ball to left field, leaving her with the Sox mascot Southpaw. Well, I got changed and all, but I needed to get her out of the stadium for safety reasons. Guess it's time for a chat with the catcher. He did not hear my question as he disappeared back into the dugout. Now I felt trapped in a big stadium all alone. I just sat down for a minute to realize how peculiar this was getting. Most of the lights had been turned out and the cell was empty. Just the grounds crew left and some security, I guess. It was spooky. So I walked up the steps wondering what I'm supposed to do. Here comes Southpaw with a note. Go with Southpaw and they'll take her where you can wait in the same place for me, Jake.
All right. There was our clip. And now here are your three choices. Number one, this is Cricket's coffee. Number two, g'day, mate. It's cuppa time. That's CUPPA time. And number three, crikey, it's coffee time.
It's cuppa a thing people say?
Yeah, that's a British slang.
And Australian.
And Australian, yes. We were just talking about this.
When?
Over a cup of coffee. Like,
you guys were having a cup of coffee?
no, we were just talking about it because I review these before we do the show, man.
So
Quit
before,
grilling me.
just trying to get more info. I'm struggling here. I got nothing else to go off. I don't know. It felt like a poem that they were reading.
It did. It had a sort of prosiness to it, didn't it?
I guess it's something you could read over coffee, but seemed like a different vibe. What was the first title again?
This is Cricket's coffee.
I guess I'm just gonna go with that one because I have no idea how it fits into any of them. And that one seems the least like a let's go have a cup of coffee vibe. It seemed a little heavier than coffee chats. So
Okay.
faulty logic, maybe. Just gonna go with number one though.
You know, the good thing about faulty logic is that it's occasionally decent. Like it gets the job done. There's logic to it. Yeah, you're correct. This is Cricket's coffee.
You can be
So
You can be right for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What's that old saying? Like even a broken clock is right twice a day.
That's true.
So
I
there
have
you
a broken
go.
clock that's right 3 times a day. Little secret. I'll show you guys the clock one day.
Okay, yeah, I need to hear about this because now I just think you're just
No, I just
saying
made
that.
it up. I don't have that. I just
Okay.
made it. But yeah, clock time. I'm into it.
Okay. So this is from the episode Bridgeport Wives / Protecting Bridgeport Secrets, which sounds pretty compatible with your thinking on this. And our show description was learning to adjust to life in Australia has been a 20-year learning curve. There's been a heap of good stuff along the way, but also life has thrown in some serious lessons. Missing holidays, the birth of grandchildren, losing friends and family along the way. Also, this thing called COVID. Hang out with me as I share the good stuff and even the surprise fight as I'm diagnosed with the C word, along with doing the best I can to help friends, family, and even myself cope with life. So, there you have it. That kind of explains the heavier tone you were describing, Max.
Yeah, definitely. But is this related to a coffee shop or something? Or it's just using that as the vibe?
I think that's just the vibe.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I got from it.
Let's say it'd be an interesting coffee shop kind of like brand extension, I guess, to have pretty
Yeah,
like deep podcast. I mean, it could work. I mean, but
makes
yeah.
sense. Instead of having like a free form poetry night, there's a podcast that talks about how to get through life. Sure.
Yeah, which we need coffee to do so. So I can relate.
Yes.
Like
There you
could
go.
not go on without coffee.
Yeah. No, 100%. I actually want a coffee mug just with the words in Arial font, just coping mechanism, just written across it. There you go.
Ooh, that'd be good. We should make a headliner one.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea for a mug. Anyway, jumping on forward, let's go over to Pratik for our very next clip.
Pressure's on here.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I was gonna say
You guys are 2 for 2 so far.
Let's do it.
I'm so thankful that I was 5 minutes from my house. Because the date me and my friend had went on was like close to an hour away from me. So my car could have stopped there. But I was just so grateful that I was able to be protected in this situation, and that all of those other things that just, affirmation was not happening. So again, I just continue to praise God and I will continue to praise God in these circumstances, even though it is frustrating and different things like that. Like, it's just a lot going on with it, but hallelujah anyhow. I'm going to bring us to Psalm 34, 1-15 in the NLT version. And it says, I will praise the Lord at all times. I will constantly speak his praises. Boast only in the Lord. Let all who are helpless take heart. Let us tell of the Lord's greatness. Let us exalt his name together. I prayed to the Lord and he answered me.
All right. There is your clip, Pratik. And let's just dive in with our choices. Number 1, Hallelujah with Midge. Number 2, Faith in It. And number 3, God Talks and More. And once again, no pressure at all. Don't imagine like a tea kettle, like an oven burner under you and you're a tea kettle. That would be pressure.
None of these choices narrowed it down for me. They're all
Yeah.
very much religious podcast based, right? So, I mean, that's all I really got from the clip, that it's some kind of religious podcast. What was the second one? Faith in it?
Faith in It with an apostrophe in lieu of a G.
Let's go with the third one. God talk. What was that one?
God Talks and More.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Pratik. It was Faith in It
Oh man.
with an apostrophe in lieu of a G. I thought you were about to get it, and I was literally about to just like throw this nice standing desk I only just set up for myself.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
I had to look away because I was like, no.
So close.
Profanity
Yeah.
was about to come out with the nice religious podcast.
So sorry. That was our first miss of the day. The episode this was from was called Hallelujah Anyhow, which in itself is actually just a great name for a religious podcast. So here's our description. Join host LaShonda Tanya as she shows you just how realistic it is to build a vibrant relationship with God. This show will guide you in navigating life's challenges while deepening your connection with God. Whether you're a new believer or seeking to revitalize your faith, LaShonda is here to empower you to walk with confidence, authenticity, and a renewed sense of purpose. Prepare to be inspired every Monday as we journey through life, faith in it. So, very cool and very clean podcast art right there. Good use of fonts. I kind of dig how like the title of the podcast is all lowercase, and then the tagline with LaShonda Tanya is all in a very thin capitalized font. Just nice contrast. So neat. Jumping on over to Oliver for our next clip.
Hello.
Let's see what happens there.
So you got some reverb going on, Oliver.
That's natural reverb.
It's so perfect for the clip we're about to play too. That's all I'll say.
Play reverb.
I'll take that as we're ready here.
Yes, we are in fact ready.
And the first part of the podcast was called Right Someone. On that, you heard not everything is as it seems. On that, you did hear the track called Some Days. Now, if you do happen to like the music you hear on this podcast, then visit the website, www.seriouslybeing.com. Also go to www.seriouslybeing.bandcamp.com. All the tracks are in digital downloading format only. So let me dispense those current chit chat for now. And let's just get on with the music.
Okay, there's our clip. And here are your options for today, Oliver. Number 1, Ultimate Vibe Audio Music Productions. Number 2, What a Vibe Audio Music Productions. And number 3, The Vibes Are Good Audio Music Productions. You've adopted the Christie choice for the week had he been here for this.
Yeah. I think it was number 1.
Okay. Was there anything that made it sound like it could be the case to you?
Read it again.
Ultimate Vibe Audio Music Productions.
I could almost hear what he said the URL was, and it sounded something like that.
Okay. That's very astute of you. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that personally. It is actually correct.
Yes.
It is Ultimate Vibe Audio Music Production. This is the best round I think we've ever had in terms of people getting it right.
Our brains are huge.
No math.
No math needed. Yeah, clearly. Yeah, and the clip we just heard was from episode 77, World's Gone Crazy, which I really want more context for. What about the world has gone crazy? I'm not disagreeing, but how does that relate to audio production?
I don't feel like I
Anyway.
need any more context. Like everybody's just like, yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm just imagining they're talking about the Charles Barkley song Crazy now. Or the Gnarls Barkley song, whatever it is.
Man, that's
Anyway.
crazy.
Yeah. Here's our show description.
I just wanted to let you know, I recently heard somebody try to do that at karaoke, and it was the most painful thing I've ever seen. Do not
That's
try to
awesome.
do that song at karaoke unless you can sing.
Unless you're CeeLo Green, specifically, yeah.
CeeLo is a great singer, and you're a fool unless you're great, unless you have your own style for trying that. Tell them like this to the person out there who tried it. They listen to the podcast. Don't try it again.
So my follow-up, Max, really quick is, did they play did the karaoke place just play the song, or was it a sample of the original song? Because Crazy is built on a sample. I'm curious.
It was the Gnarls Barkley one.
Okay. No, I knew that song is based off of a sample from an old Western. So I was like, did they just resample it? Or is it just a karaoke version where they re-recorded it?
What kind of karaoke place is this? They just play the
instrument. I don't know, man.
With some original sample karaoke spot. Sounds cool using.
I'd go to it. Anyway, here's our show description. A music podcast that showcases the musical talents of undiscovered cutting-edge musicians and their original music. Which only makes sense. They did throw a Bandcamp link in there. I did hear that at one point. So, yeah, cool stuff. Always love finding new music. So, very cool. Now, I believe everyone's already gone once, so we can go back to our old favorite of splitting you two into teams, or splitting you four into two teams, I should say. So, I'm feeling like putting Pratik and Max on one team today, and Jesse and Oliver on another team. It's New York versus Tennessee. Let's see what happens.
Always has been.
Do you guys want a coin toss to see who goes first, or what?
Sure.
Okay. I should have asked if we had a coin first. I'm just going to pick at random. That was a fake out. Pratik, you and
Have
Max
a
can go first.
mouse tracker.
Yeah, you want to just flip that really quick, Alyssa?
Sure. It's a cloud. Very
Okay.
cute. Ergonomically correct. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
We should have called the coin toss first.
Yeah.
But...
I know what it is, but
Okay, well, heads,
somebody-
Pratik and Max go first. Heads
All right,
being the
it
fluffy
is-
side. I don't know.
It is not Pratik and Max. It is Nashville. Go team
Okay.
Nashville. But also get it wrong.
That's so encouraging.
All right, both your eyes closed. I can't.
Not yet. There we go. Yep. Oh, Oliver, you need to cover your
No.
eyes.
Or shut them. You're muted if you're trying. Okay.
I didn't read that, whatever that said.
That wasn't it either way.
I know it was the last one, but I still didn't read it. I didn't read.
So why don't we take it down a notch and just have you walk and at least walk in community, which I think is the other piece of that. It's just like, so you're not alone, and feeling that you can't keep up with a certain group. You've got people who are on the same level as you to start out with.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to set up like a lot of running groups, clubs, and crews who have been open to that, right? Because like people have seen what we've done, and when they do events, now some of them have like a space for walkers, which I think is so cool because like, yo, people want to tap into like the crew running scene, right? But they also know like, yo, I'm not fast too. So if you create a space for them too, like, yo, that's what it's about. Like that's building community as opposed to saying like, yo, it's all fast people here,
Right.
nobody else. That's exclusion.
Yeah, it's like world majors are bust.
Okay. There was our clip. And here are your options. Number 1, running in public. Number 2, running up that hill. And number 3, herd mentality.
Could you please repeat the first one?
Running in public.
And the second, please.
Running up that hill.
And the last one is herd mentality.
Yes.
And I'm assuming that's spelled HEARD.
No, it's HERD.
That's a good pun opportunity there.
It was.
Running in public, running up that hill, herd mentality. So we've already had one that was the third choice. And so I'm feeling magnetic to the bell curve and being in the center there. Normal distribution. Oliver, do you have any feelings?
Well, my main feeling was herd mentality is a great thing. Because if you see a sheep going in one direction, then you know I'm a sheep. I could go be with that sheep. And then you make a herd of sheep. So then when the wolves come, they don't eat all of you, just like the weak ones on the edges. And so by that logic, I'm going to say herd mentality is probably not the answer because podcasters are absolutely not sheep. They are unique individuals doing their own thing. That is something I have learned since all these years working in podcasting is that a podcaster is a very unique creature out there. Therefore, it is not number 3. Jesse, you now have 2 to choose from, if you agree with me.
I agree. # we are not sheep. I'm thinking I'm leaning even more on number 2, running up that hill.
Okay.
Okay.
I was worried you were about to say sheeple to the people was number 2.
I don't know what just happened, but I feel like I just watched jazz get invented. Like whatever Oliver just said, I feel like I was in Louisiana in like the early 1900s for a minute. That was amazing.
You have to ask what jazz is. You'll never understand.
You guys want to be like this? Just take a double dose of Dayquil.
Talk to the Hat Man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, are you just locking in running up that hill?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is not running up that hill, nor is it the answer it was before I made Alyssa change it. It was running in public. No, I just wanted to quote a Kate Bush song, honestly, guys. Sorry.
Fun clubs. It's about running.
Mm.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we were right about number 3 being wrong. So
Yeah.
We were.
that is a win.
There you go. So you get half a point, kind of. I mean, not really, but
No, they were
Yeah.
wrong.
okay.
Yeah.
We get the consolatory. You did all right.
Yeah, you get a pat on the back, and you get a free 7-inch single of "Running Up That Hill" by Kate Bush.
We get to come back next week.
Yeah.
I
So
think, judging from the look on Alyssa's faces, we don't get any of those things, and we may not be asked back next week.
Well, if she had her choice.
We need warm bodies, so you will be back next week.
there you go. Obligations, aren't they great? Anyway, this episode was from their show. Well, okay. This clip was from their episode entitled Harlem Run Bonus. Ironically, this was also a bonus clip for us because we had all already gone once. And the show description is a podcast on how run clubs have influenced running culture while serving as stewards of public health. I'd also like to point out the irony that we had the Nashville team talk about the Harlem Run. Just something I observed right now.
Yeah, we would have got it right. I mean,
Yeah.
any New Yorker
absolutely.
knows about the Harlem Run.
Would have had that home field advantage.
Well, okay, if it was actually you guys, Max, I would have died because if you had read Running Up That Hill, I'm concerned you would have called me out on it because I used to play that in the office pretty loudly on my headphones.
Fun fact, I tried to do that song karaoke once. Also really hard. Embarrassed myself. Will never try it again. Great song,
Could have
though.
stuck to Worthing Heights. Okay, so jumping over. Also, I have to compliment the artwork because I just love that green. That's actually like my favorite shade of green, just the greenest green to ever green. So cool. Jumping ahead now, Max and Pratik, you're up at bat. Let's see how this goes.
Thank you guys all for coming on and joining the Strength Game team. It's been awesome, and hope to continue the conversations moving forward with everybody. Last but kind of not least is everybody who listens to the show. Like I said, the show wouldn't be possible without a guest because I don't want to sit here and talk like I am on this episode or the pilot episode at all. I'd rather bring people on and highlight them. Those are the experts, and I'm just kind of facilitating it so that they can share their story and with this platform. The sponsors are super helpful and highlight everything we're doing and support us. But really, this wouldn't be possible without everyone listening. So, I mean, I would do this regardless if anyone was listening or if there was 1 million people listening each episode.
Okay, there was your clip for today. Any thoughts before we go ahead with the names, comments?
I have no idea what that podcast that clip was very informative. I don't know.
Ironically, it might have been about karaoke for all we know, Max.
Might have been. Yeah, just about. We just got the encouragement episode, which we send our encouragement to all podcasters. Keep podcasting, but unfortunately for us, no clues on what the subject was in that clip.
So, on that note, it's time where you guys try to use that lack of knowledge in order to guess what it's about, or guess the name of it. So sorry. Here are your options. Number 1, the strength game. Number 2, the strength blame. And number 3, iron core.
Iron core?
Yes, just iron core. One word, like Facebook.
Cleaner without the.
Yeah, with no the.
Drop
just
the iron
clean.
core.
Yeah.
Just iron core.
The Iron Core sounds like the best hair metal band, though, if we're being honest.
I don't know. There's pretty good hair metal band names out there. Twisted Sister and
Twisted Sister. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Pratik, what do you think? Any standing out to you?
Well, I mean, the first two are obviously like, you know, very similar to one another, and it seems like the Nicholas and Melissa just kind of maybe changed one word, and Iron Core just seems very different. So I guess what I'm saying is it could either be number 3 or one of the other ones, which is not really helpful at all.
That really narrows it
You
down.
really, really narrowed it down.
It can be any of them, in fact. Also, I don't appreciate being called lazy with the name change. I'll have you know that we thought about these names for a long time and not just 5 seconds while the clip was playing.
Good to know.
I'm hurt, but fine.
Should we just do Iron Core? I don't know.
Well, so they either had the name and then riffed off it for the second and the first, and then just threw in a random one, or they had the name and threw in 2 random ones that riffed off each other. Which one do you think is more likely?
I don't know. Maybe the first.
Ooh.
I think you both just said the same thing. Just
you guys just
said it in I said in reverse though. We're thinking about it.
Well, that would be in different ways. Yes, I mean,
we're seeing the problem from all angles.
Yep.
I'd just like to point out, in case it helps you guys, all 3 of these titles sound like bands that could have been on the soundtrack to Top Gun. I'm just putting it out there. Like,
not helpful.
Okay, well, it would have helped me.
Wait, which one? The original or the new one?
All of them. The Strength Game, The Strength Blame, and Iron Core all could have been band names for the soundtrack to Top Gun.
This is both reverse engineering and backwards engineering at the same time.
Yep.
And directionless engineering. Just totally going in circles engineering. I'm feeling number 1, Pratik. I don't know if
let's do it.
Number 3.
Let's go with number 1. I am not feeling any of them, so let's go.
All right, let's just go with it.
The Strength Game is correct. It was actually said at the very beginning of the clip, which is why we had to scuttle to find another word.
Very nice, Max.
Nice.
I feel like we would have gotten them if we didn't say anything, Alyssa. If I just read the original second choice.
I will say it was exercise enthusiast. I will say that. So
this cover art is insane. This guy's just bashing a chess piece with another one, and it's just blowing the head off of the. He's using the queen to blow off the head of the king.
Is that like the king? Yeah, it is.
Or is that a rook?
I think it's a castle. I don't know the names.
It's like a really aggressive chess graphic. That would be a
rook.
What's even crazier is his body language in it, Max, makes it look like he had a running start. It wasn't just like, no, like he was like 7 meters away and he decided this is happening.
And I think that this is probably a real checkmate, but at first I thought there was other pieces on the board, and he was just like, no, I'm just gonna bash the king's head off. I'm not gonna follow the rules. But I think this is a proper checkmate.
Okay, cool. What I'm hearing is we're so into the artwork that we wish we could see the game that led to it. Okay.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see chess played with people like bashing pieces.
Full contact chess.
Yeah. Hey, what happened to Billy? He got a concussion playing chess last weekend.
So chest.
This year's star player from Alabama University, we're clocking in 6'4", 380. Best full contact chess player we've ever seen. He's going to state, boys.
Literal chess royalty, no pun intended. Okay, so pulling ourselves together. This is from the episode Nick O'Brien, which was episode 100. Ironically, his jersey number for full contact chess. And here's our show description. The Strength Game is a weekly podcast dedicated to discussing all things physical culture with the coaches, athletes, iron enthusiasts, and experts deeply embedded in the strength game on both sides of the profession, as coaches and as competitive athletes. Hosted by Nick O'Brien, each episode we discuss, rant, and deep dive into all things related to strength and conditioning, high performance, and training lifestyle. Join us in the Strength Game. I kind of get the chess thing now. It's looking at it from a more like maybe not academic, maybe that isn't the word, but from a more like informed thing other than I'm going to lift this until I can lift more than it. So
Yeah,
very
you gotta
cool.
be smart.
Yeah. Also, combat chess. It's the next game that's overtaking America. Let's make it happen. So
The new pickleball.
the new pickleball is just full contact chess. On that enchanting note, I believe everybody got it right except for Pratik with one of them. Congratulations. That's 5 out of 6 clips, which just means that we get to make the game a bit harder now. Catch us for our next episode where everything is spoken in Limerick, I guess, or whatever.
Just to be petty, I'm pretty sure it's 4 out of 6 clips.
Is it 4? Did you get one wrong also, Max?
Another team didn't
Oh,
quite
right.
through.
I'm not the only loser.
Another team was wrong for the right reasons.
That's
But
right. Thank you for reminding
Max,
me.
you had 100% success rate this game, correct?
That's right. I trained. Came here full contact chess ready. Was bashing chess pieces all night.
Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining this now. Okay, thank you for that image. On that note, we're still going to make the game harder, although Alyssa shook her head when I said a Limerick episode, so that's out. We'll just have to see what we can cook up for you guys next. On that note, thank you for playing. Thank you to everyone for listening, and I hope everyone has a great day. So yeah, bye.